When you think about the massive wealth of countries in the Gulf, the first thing that comes to mind is oil.
Since oil was first discovered in Saudi Arabia in 1938, the region has dominated the world of geopolitics because of its rich deposits of oil and gas.
What happens when the oil runs out? Rich Gulf countries are being warned the future is bleak.
The Middle East stands at the forefront of the impacts of global climate change, with approximately 30% of the world's oil production originating from this region. Thanks to the substantial income generated from oil, Middle Eastern governments can support significant portions of their populations through employment opportunities. However, as the global shift towards alternative energy sources progresses, the economic landscape of the Middle East is poised for profound transformations. As per the International Monetary Fund, IMF, the global demand for oil is projected to reach its peak around 2040. With the possibility of an earlier peak if there is a concerted global push to address climate change issues and make rapid strides in energy efficiency. The escalating climate crisis is prompting a shift in the automotive industry, responsible for half of the world's oil consumption, towards electric vehicles. The United Kingdom and France have committed to discontinuing the sale of new internal combustion engine cars by 2030, setting a precedent that many other nations are contemplating. Although oil currently fulfills 33% of the world's energy demand, the trajectory of renewable energy trends worldwide and ongoing technological advancements may lead to a decline in oil demand sooner than initially anticipated. Gulf monarchies, acknowledging the need to address impending challenges, have initiated ambitious initiatives to shift their economies away from dependence on oil and gas. The Qatar National Vision 2030, centered on economic development, emphasizes a diversified economy as one of its core commitments among the four pillars. The nation aims to diminish its reliance on hydrocarbon industries, amplify the involvement of its private sector, and sustain its competitive edge. Saudi Arabia is actively pursuing economic diversification through Vision 2030, which pledges the establishment of over 10 sectors, the formation of more than 30 companies, and the generation of over 300,000 jobs. Starting in early 2024, the Saudi government and government-backed institutions will cease entering into contracts with multinational firms that lack a regional center in Saudi Arabia, aiming to draw in fresh investments and create additional job opportunities. Similar to Saudi Arabia, the UAE is intensifying efforts to lure international companies as part of an economic restructuring initiative to decrease dependency on oil. In fact, Dubai, considered a post-oil emirate since a significant decline in oil production in 1991, strategically diversified its economy by heavily investing in construction and real estate. Kuwait's National Vision 2035 is oriented towards transforming the country into a prominent financial and commercial hub. This vision emphasizes diminishing reliance on hydrocarbon exports and fostering new employment opportunities for Kuwaiti nationals. Despite the considerable progress made by GCC members in the past decade, oil and gas production still constitutes over 40% of the GDP in most countries, except for the UAE and Bahrain. The region's shift towards more diversified economies, marked by an expanded role for the private sector, is promising. However, the trajectory of the future is likely to hinge on the actual implementation of substantive reforms and decisions by the leaders.